grade 6. Today we're going to talk about the run-on sentence. It is tiring to read sentences that go on and 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 on. And this type of sentence is called a run-on sentence. So what is a run-on sentence? A run-on is a sentence error caused by running one sentence into another without putting any punctuation in between. For example, we all like grammar, we all love this class. This sentence is run on because it doesn't have any period to separate the two sentences. Another form of sentence error is a comma splice. A comma splice is a sentence error caused by putting just a poor weak comma between two complete sentences. For example, we all like grammar, we all love this class. This sentence is wrong. It's a comma splice because we cannot separate two sentences with a comma. How can I correct comma splices and run-ons? The first way is to separate them with a period, creating two complete sentences. For example, we all like grammar, period. We all love this class. I separate the two sentences with a period. I start the new sentence with a capital letter. This is an example of how I use a period to correct run-on sentences and comma splices. These punctuation rules aren't hard. I know how to avoid run-ons. This is a run-on sentence. To correct it, I have to separate the two sentences with a period. My new supervisor has been making all sorts of changes. She is really causing problems. I used here a comma to stop the first sentence, which is wrong. Instead, I should use a period. Another way to correct comma splices and run-ons is to link them with a semicolon. This creates two complete sentences just as a period does, but the second sentence does not start with a capital letter. So a semicolon works like a period, but we don't capitalize the first letter of the word that comes in the second sentence. We like grammar, semicolon. We love this class, no capitalization. A third way to correct comma splices and run-on sentences is when we end the first sentence with a semicolon and begin the second with a conjunctive, adverb, or transitional. For example, we like grammar, semicolon, therefore we love this class. Therefore is a transitional. Some conjunctive adverbs or transitionals are accordingly, finally, before, however, instead, quickly, for example, like or as, and there are different conjunctive adverbs for different purposes, so we should know how to use them properly. Here is an example of how we use a semicolon and a transitional word like therefore or however to correct the comma splice. I am not going to give up. However, I do sometimes get discouraged. So before however, I should put a semicolon and then I write however. And this is the correct way of writing a sentence. One more way I can use to correct run-on sentences and comma splices is by joining the two sentences with a comma and one of the conjunctions. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so. We all like grammar, comma, and we all love this class. So I joined the two sentences with and I avoided a run-on sentence. One more way to correct a run-on sentence and a comma splice is by joining the two separate sentences into one with a subordinating conjunction or relative pronoun. For example, we all like grammar, we all love this class. This is a run-on sentence. I can correct it either by using because, like because we all like grammar, comma, we all love this class, or all students who like grammar love this class. Some subordinating conjunctions are than, after, although, who, because, only if, where, whatever, and as though. So, are you still wondering what punctuation to use? I hope now you have a better idea when to use the comma, the period, or the semicolon. An example of a correct sentence which is not a run-on is this one. I understand run-ons, however, I'm still having trouble with comma splices. This is wrong because it has a comma instead of a semicolon. So it's a run-on sentence, or a comma splice actually. Let's try a few just to make sure you can catch any punctuation error. Ralph could tell his brother was home from work. His dirty work boots were out on the porch. I can correct this by putting a period between the two sentences or a semicolon. The exhausted student rested her head in her textbook. She was asleep in minutes. I can either put a period to separate the two sentences, I can use a comma and a conjunction, or I can use a semicolon. Our neighbors must really love pizza. A stack of empty cardboard pizza boxes sits by their trash can. This is a run-on sentence. I can correct it by separating the two sentences with a period, a semicolon, or using other words like because. Thank you for listening. Reread the notes carefully. Stay safe.